VPN at technophilespodcast.com. I'm David Geisler, and this is the Technophiles Podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 296. This is part 3. We just got done talking about, in part 2, we just got done talking about Google's DeepMind, learning more about kidney failure.
Yeah. One step on its way to medical world domination.
Mm-hmm. Click right up here if you want to check that out.
Yeah.
And let's see. And then in part 1, Jake, what did we talk about in part 1?
We talked about IBM and their desire and announcement that they're going to be building, bringing cloud computing or quantum computing to the cloud.
Fantastic. And I think it's been enough time that people can now click on the card above your head.
Yeah, they absolutely can.
Right up there. Get to it.
Everything you love about quantum mechanics and computers.
And clouds.
And clouds.
I love clouds.
Right.
And dead people.
Yes.
So,
well, you're in for a treat.
We are back from our break, and Krista-Lee, tell us all about
dead people?
Zombies.
I see dead people. I had to. All right. Yeah, so
1996, I think.
Is that? Whatever. So a company has been given permission, ethical permission, because
yeah, not like that DeepMind crap. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
No, I'm sure they did too. No, but
I'm so joking.
Seriously, to get research, in order to start research, you actually have to go through an ethical review board.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
So this news story is saying that this research institute has gotten the permission, the ethical permission, to test out some technologies and therapies to bring brain dead patients to reanimate them.
Oh, I didn't catch this when we talked about this in our intro. Brain dead patients, not dead patients.
Well, there is not a 100% agreed upon definition for death. So that, and that's why I was choosing my words very carefully in that last sentence, right? So we're talking about patients who are brain dead, who would not be able to live on their own in any way, shape, or form. They're basically not decomposing because they're on machines.
Right. Yeah,
okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, right. If the machines weren't there, they'd be dying.
They would
be dead. They'd be
decomposing.
Got it.
Is what they would be doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
So there are, I guess they got 20 brain dead patients in India. This is a joint U.S. and Indian project that they're going to be trying to stimulate the nervous system to see if they can basically wake them up.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're going to be starting in the lower brain because of some reasons.
Reasons.
Well, no, I was just sorry. I was trying to let my brain catch up.
Because just a little jolt to the back, I think, might help.
Because the lower brain, what they're trying to do, and this makes sense, is the I want to say automated. I'm using all these tech terms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what keeps your heart going and your lungs going. I mean, that's what makes the body function.
All the autonomous stuff.
Right.
That
all
goes
autonomous.
On
it would be a better word for biology here.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense, right? Because in theory, if this worked, they could potentially get off the machine.
The life support.
Sure.
Right. So they're starting there. And that's it's a part of this bigger project called Reanima. Which is apparently a thing of all these projects trying to reanimate people in various levels of death. Is that a better way for saying we don't actually know what dead is?
That's fine. Yeah.
So Reanima's tagline here is exploring the potential of cutting-edge biomedical technology for human neuroregeneration and neuroreanimation.
That is
and it's a
wild.
pretty sweet name.
Holy
it is.
Is it ANIMA? Anima?
Yeah.
Yes.
ANIMA. Yeah.
So they have a couple different therapies that they're going to use to test. One of them is, surprise, injecting stem cells into your stem.
Okay.
Again.
All right.
Start
things back up again?
Right. Yeah, pretty much. And the idea is that maybe they will be able to regenerate, repair themselves, and then wake up.
That works for, they've had coma patient success with that, right?
Yes. So this does...
This company, it's worked, or just medicine that has worked?
Re-injecting stem cells to nerves and things.
Has worked at times.
With coma patients. Got it. Coma is different than brain dead.
Okay.
Right? That's like a lesser level
of like consciousness.
Coma is just unconscious, but I think everything's still going, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Like nothing's decomposed.
Your wife's a doctor.
It doesn't mean that I'm a doctor. I do not have an MD.
I know.
I can imagine my sister listening right now, just like banging her head on the desk.
My sister too.
They sound like idiots.
My sister's gonna listen to this and be like, "How can you not know what dad means?"
Oh my god.
Anyways,
but sure, right. It's okay. We don't mind.
So there wasn't a whole lot of details, but what little bit that they did say as far as the process is, they're going to try like a therapy, and then they'll give it 2 or 3 months, and then try a therapy, give it 2 or 3 months, and then monitor that entire time and see if people start.
Look for signs of neurological reactivation.
Each patient's room is going to have like one person's going to have like the diamond key, one person's going to have the heart key. Just to navigate through the hospital, they'll have to like move statues and things like that and turn cranks just to find the correct keys to get to the patients. It's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, it's great.
You just got to watch out for the large snake with the stem cells in it. I can keep going with this terrible joke honestly, if you want. I can just all night.
I'm
just making a Resident Evil 1 reference.
Yeah.
An epic reference. Anyway, no. Yeah, okay. So yeah, they're going to try a couple things.
Game scared me, man. That game scared me.
So that GameCube remake, that was just amazing. Anyway.
It's my fault because I put Resident Evil in the show notes, folks. Sorry about that. But I had to.
Just injected that idea right there in the base of the brain.
But wasn't that the thing in Resident Evil? Like the T virus was actually, as always, it's like some mutated thing where they're actually trying to help people, and then it turns into like the crazy thing.
And actually, that's just it. Because actually, when I sat down, the first reference I was going to make was Walking Dead. But then I'm like, no. You know what? Resident Evil is better because you have a corporation that was doing biomedical research and zombies were the result. I mean, this story reads like, if this goes bad, this is when zombie apocalypse starts.
For what it's worth, in Resident Evil, it was a thing. It was supposed to be a cure that helped something, and it went bad. And in Walking Dead, we don't really know specifically, but the implication is that it's more of a natural disaster than it is anything else.
Yeah,
it's
like
more
a
about
virus.
the humanity than the
spoilers, guys. Spoilers.
From like the 4th episode of season 2. But anyways.
But yeah. So that's kind of the science behind this. Now, of course, there's all sorts of, philosophical, ethical questions we could talk about here. Like, what is dead? Is it right to do this? If you look at the Reanimate page, they talk about giving people second chances, but
that sounds kind of spooky dooky.
Well, it does.
But then
spooky.
Also you have to consider like, how much will this procedure cost? Like, who can afford these second chances? So like, is this covered by my insurance?
Well, and could we see something like, a widening gap between like everyone in the 1% is not dying, whereas everybody else is, right? Which is also like that movie
like
Out
Elysium.
of Time.
Yeah, and
or Elysium, yeah.
Yeah, and there was some like debate recently about the ethics of like head transplants.
Yeah.
About like
because that Russian guy volunteered for it.
Yep. Wild, man. Richard, it's gonna be like there's like a book about like guys, people having clones that they can have their organs put into their own bodies from.
Wasn't that like a Jerry Bruckheimer film? I'm not joking. With Ewan McGregor and Scarlet Witch or whatever her name is.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yep, The Island.
But so the thing here is this is something maybe I can bring to the table. So I've been speaking to a couple different, nurses and things lately, and kind of the general consensus is ultimately everyone dies. Like that's in healthcare, in medicine, and all of it. The simple fact is that everyone dies.
Yeah. Well, if you're not in healthcare, the simple fact is
right. But I mean, like it's sometimes we go when we're going to a hospital. Oftentimes we're thinking anything it takes to stay living, right? And if you're 95 and you break a hip or something like that, like the chances are going to be pretty slim.
Yeah.
So some of what I can't help but think about here as we talk about this is I think the issue won't necessarily even be so much what works and if it can work, but it's really like when to use it. Like, okay, fine. So we can bring this hypothetically, this 95 broken hip person back so they can live another month or another 3 days, or it's not like they go back to being 20. That body's still that body.
Right. Yeah.
And so I imagine maybe if there was a terrible accident, someone who's 40 and their body's still in pretty good health or something, and we want to bring them back from some kind of brain dead state, that starts to make some sense.
Or kids.
Yeah, it starts to make some sense in that space. So I think really the issue here is going to be like, when is it used?
But I think that actually does directly tie into what Vee and I were just saying is because we might say the proper time to use it is if you are young or a kid or blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But, if somebody comes along with the amount of money that some of the 1% has, they could just buy their way into getting it.
Yeah.
And they come back
40s or 50s.
for a month. They come back and then whatever.
Well, who knows?
I mean, that's almost a non-issue, I suppose, but that might just be like what would happen if they want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Possibly, but if we get to the point where we can regenerate brain material, we'll probably be able to regenerate
other
materials. I mean, you're going to get to...
Yeah, but it sounds like this group isn't trying to regenerate material, are they? Or did I miss that fact? I think they're just trying to re-stimulate.
Yeah, like they're like regrowth and like healing.
I mean, they're looking for... There's no activity, right? Recognizable brain signals or anything. So on the Pooey, I'm sorry. I don't know any of these terms. Anyways, I'm not even going to try and use the term. But like, okay, if someone's
brain too, right?
Pooey's a doctor.
She's a doctor.
Whoa.
So
that was a genuine reaction. I apologize.
What they're trying to do right now is bring someone from brain dead state to any activity, right? That's the first step.
Yeah.
But they do, I mean, the long-term vision here could be something where this is like a full recovery of someone like this.
But like
which is insane.
The wording in the article, I'm just going to quote this a little bit. After brain death, neurons begin to wither away and degenerate. So for any resurrection to occur, the team will need to simulate the regeneration of neurons in these brain dead folks. And that's what I was thinking about. If we get to a point where we can regenerate neurons in your brain, why would you not then work toward regenerating the rest of the body?
Well, and I think a lot of other science
does
it's fringe science right now, but there are researchers that are certainly talking about like regrowth and doing kind of like, well, all we need to do is replace cells in the body and you basically can like unage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of companies out there that are already growing body parts. That's kind of old news these days.
Yeah.
Right.
But to reverse or slow down or to have certain cells regrow and not in a cancerous way inside an existing body, that's something that is much more fringy. Yeah.
Neurons like deteriorating is like a big problem, obviously. I could like, cause when you get knocked out for any period of time, like you start deteriorating brain cells, like when you black out or whatever, like from a concussion or whatever, you lose your brain cells. So that not only could it be useful for bringing people back from brain dead, it could bring people back from like concussions and like horrible brain injuries, football players, boxers, wrestlers, anybody in hockey players, high impact sports in general could benefit from that. Holy smokes. If it ever becomes more affordable, that would solve a lot of problems.
Well, if it works. I mean,
let's get it out of trials first.
I'm not saying that the money's not an important question and access, because obviously it is, but it's like this has just gotten approval to be tested.
What are some of the, as we wrap up here, what were some of the strategies again? Because it sounds like they have a few of them.
That's what it sounded like. So the big one they were talking about in this particular article is they were talking about injecting stem cells, giving the spinal cord infusions of beneficial chemicals, and nerve stimulation techniques. So I don't know what nerve stimulation techniques are, right? Those are listed as 3 different things. Right. The stem cells, the chemicals, which are not named,
T-virus. I think it's called the T-virus.
Yeah.
The T-virus, there you go. And the nerve stimulation techniques, whatever that is. Maybe that's when they, put it up during the snowstorm, the lightning storm.
Oh yeah.
You inject the T-cells and then you Frankenstein.
I know there's some Frankenstein. I was thinking about making some Frankenstein
jokes. A little later on in the article too, they also mentioned that for the first trials of this, it's going to be continuously giving cocktails of peptides and chemicals that act as neurotransmitters, because they need to be able to try and track this. And then it's going to be bi-weekly injections of the stem cells.
Interesting.
And this will be for 20 patients in India.
Oh, that part's a go already?
That part is a go.
Okay, well, we'll have to see if we can get a follow-up on this in a couple months? Is that when they're trying it?
Well, we'll find out when India is covered.
What article? We actually didn't source the article that you're taking us from. This is on IFL Science, right? Or where did you find this one? Only because we've been quoting it and stuff.
I found this on IFL Science by Robin Andrews.
All right, cool.
And then she links, and then I followed several of the links that she put in here.
Got it.
And so got some
we have to
information
keep an eye out
that
for
way.
a follow-up.
Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely. It might be a few months though, because like it said, this will be like an ongoing process of like every few weeks.
When we come back from summer break, it could be like, maybe it could be one of your newscasts or something, you know.
Maybe you're on Halloween.
On Halloween. Maybe that's our Halloween episode this year.
Hey.
It's the real zombie apocalypse, and we're really running for our lives.
So do you know what's funny is, so when we did have our Halloween episode, for what it's worth, you know, this past Halloween, our story, our little role-playing story took us over to a bridge that's north of this neighborhood here. And I often drive under that bridge now for my job.
Oh, yeah.
And I have like a specific memory of us stopping at the golf course, getting water in our canteens of that night, but it never happened. But because that was a story that we created in that episode, like every time I go under that bridge, I'm like, oh, remember when the Cavs? Oh, it wasn't real.
We just role play that.
That was my favorite episode to record.
It was fun. I kind of want to do it again. I think we've got some ways to maybe make it go a little quicker, a little faster, and we'll figure it out. But it was fun, Jake. We do a zombie role playing games episode for our Halloween episode.
Keep rubbing it in.
We'll do it this Halloween.
Other fun things that I've missed on
Dude,
this
you'll
show.
be in it for this year.
Sweet.
You'll be in it this year. And Pui will be on our season 9 premiere of MedTech, which will be a new show for the Technophiles Podcast Network.
We'll actually have a medical professional in the house.
I know.
They just come in and they have like a huge list of everything wrong we've ever said.
It'll be a whole new show.
It's like the MD legal team. It's like
actually
296. You guys said comatose. What you really meant was
we don't have any medical people in our cast right now, but I do enjoy all of you.
Yeah, but you know what? This was going to be a transition into Twitter, because if people do know what they're talking about, they can contact us, right, David?
They can, absolutely. I'll take that transition. It was super seamless. It was really seamless. As we talk about these things,
is really hard.
So I will say though, kind of on a serious note, we don't mind if there's certain things that we don't know that we're talking about. We just try to find cool things and celebrate them and share them with everybody else. Yeah. So if there are things that people want to contribute to any of the things we say, you can tweet us at TechnophilesPod, and you can use the hashtag that's right down here in the corner. This would be hashtag TPN296. We put basically TPN, whatever our episode number is. You can tweet to us about any thoughts you have, and we'll try to follow up on them. That's always a lot of fun. Again, our Twitter is TechnophilesPod. Now, if people want to find us specifically, Krista-Lee, people can find you on Twitter at...
They can find me at GamerAnthro.
Marvelous. And V?
They can find me at Bear_Annika.
There it is. And Jake, people can find you on Twitter at...
Find me at Critical Owl.
Great. Like I said, the show's at Technophiles Pod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and Facebook by searching Technophiles Podcast, or go to our actual website, thetechnophilespodcast.com. That is not our website. It is technophilespodcast.com. We don't own that URL.
Get on that.
Go there and
we gonna get on there.
No, we went Facebook on it, right? We dropped the.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And the weird blue picture of my face to the side. That's kind of a deep cut Facebook reference.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Just gonna hide behind my screen.
Yeah.
Not hiding from them.
Not hiding from them. All right, guys. You can always tweet me on Twitter at RaptorPaint. I'll be happy to chat about any of this stuff. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. And Jake, you're not here next week.
I am seriously actually gone next week, guys.
That's all right. Oh, is that that's when the super vacation
last
happens?
week, and this, I don't know what it was. I got so flustered from whatever, and then I was like, yeah, guys, see you in 2 weeks. But 2 weeks would have been that's when I'm not there.
We'll miss you next week.
So
maybe
great to be here, guys. I canceled everything. I just couldn't miss it.
But
then I've got a thing next
priority.
we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll cancel that too.
Cool. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks, Jake. Girls, I'll see you next week. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll grab someone from one of our other TPN shows if you haven't guessed with us or something. I'm not sure. I'm just making this up right now as I talk. We'll call him or her Jake all night, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hey, new Jake.
Keep the blazer here, Jake. We'll just have them wear the blazer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right, guys. Have a good week. And I guess that's it. That's it. I don't know how to finish the show right now.
Yeah.
Good night.
晚安。
Good night. Sleep tight.
再见。